Jeez, I find man is stooped pretty low. I do. I'm sorry. As a spiritual person, drinking your urine is just not in the scheme of things. Just don't get that. This is countless people. Yeah, I just, there's a lot of puffed up ideas that people cured things from that. But sorry, cancer is a whole beast of a whole nother color. This is damaged cells by acid. You're not going to drink urine and move your lymph and everything else. I do not think that is beneficial, sweetheart. Not on your case. I'm just saying, don't drink urine or don't eat your stool. I'm sure someone out there thinks you should eat your stool. That way you're just getting the byproducts of what you've eaten, so it can't be bad for you. I mean, this is just all just low thinking stuff, in my opinion. I'm continuing to get colonics to clean my bowel until your herbs arrive. Go for it. Katie, love from New Zealand, babe. Well, wait a minute, we're Ohio and New Zealand. Where you live? This is a woman that lives in many places simultaneously. This is an out-of-body traveler, and she has 4 or 5 bodies she's running simultaneously. Woohoo! Love it. Now, sorry about that, but boy, when I hear so much of this urine therapy and all this crap like that, I just think, how low have we stooped? All right, so I'll tell you what, I'll give you a flask of urine, and I'll have a big bowl of blueberries, bananas, fresh mangoes, kiwi, stuff like that. So you drink that, and I'll eat my bowl of fruit. Oh, man. So you guys are riling me up today. Now, this is M. Carbone 4. Thank you, sweetheart, for all your comments. She loves making big and ice creams. So there's nothing like, strawberry and bananas are my favorite combinations, and you make that into an ice cream. Oh, my God, I love that. I can't imagine why we don't have just fruit ice cream. Why do we have dairy type of ice cream or soy ice cream and stuff like that? When fruit ice cream is so good, I don't get it. I really don't get it. You don't have to add any sweetener to fruit ice cream. If you did, you throw dates or something in there, I don't get that. Very good. I play with some chocolate and vanilla. Mango, too. You guys are incredible. I love it. You guys are so great. Oh, this is Oxygen Pum. Look at that cute little dog. Isn't that a cute little dog? He's that cute little dog. I tell you what. This is Dear Dr. Morse. Many thanks for your information videos. Thank you, sweetheart. You're welcome. We are now a high fruit family and feeling much better for it. And you see this all the time, and I tell you, getting that fruit back, that's the key. And we've got to inspire all these growers in all these countries to really be proud of their fruit. Because this is the gift of nature and of God's. You've got to, and we should prize fruit. And who can grow the biggest blueberry organically, of course. I wonder if we could make a hydroponic or an oceanponic blueberry that big. Can you imagine slicing into a blueberry that big? Woohoo! Well, I'll take it to Findhorn. Have you ever heard of Findhorn? That's over near your neck of the woods, Scotland. Even though you're, further over. I realize that. Well, they grow vegetables. They grow lettuce this big in Findhorn. Huge. Because the lady works with the divas and the gnomes. And you can go over, there's a university on her property now. You can go over and learn communication, and just the growth factor of the foods is like insane. Incredible. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We are now a high fruit family. I have noticed that when I have accidentally cut myself, my blood is very bright red and doesn't stop flowing for a long time. You're not there yet. When you get there on a fruit diet, you cut yourself, it won't bleed at all. And that's where you want to get. You want to get to when you cut yourself, it doesn't hurt, and there's no blood whatsoever. Now, that's where you're at. As a fruitarian, that's where I was at. I could cut myself in here. It wouldn't hurt. You could take the skin and pull it back. No pain, no blood, gone the next day or two. Boom. If you read Arnold Ehret, he talks about that. And you can get there, and so you're bleeding too much. You might want to look at your platelets and stuff, maybe do a spleen formula to make sure you're getting adequate platelets. I don't know, get a blood workup maybe and look at that and see. My blood is very brown. Okay. Other family members have noticed this too. Is this a good thing? No, No, not really. I mean, the fact the blood is red, bright red, yes, good. Doesn't smell. See if your blood smells. The more putrefaction, the more meat eater a person is, your blood stinks. Your whole body stinks, but your blood will stink when you eat proteins. When you don't eat proteins, your blood will be pure. Matter of fact, your body fluids all start to smell like the food you're eating. And I'll just leave it at that. Other body member, let me see, before high fruit, my blood was much thicker and stopped bleeding a lot quicker too. Well, no, this isn't the fruit, although it is getting your blood more in a true base chemistry scenario where you're getting away from the clotting, not the artificial clotting factors, like the gluten clotting factors where the blood cells stick to each other. The little, bringing that pH just a little, we talk about acid and base, but just to swing that blood a little toward the acid side creates a whole bunch of problems to the blood and the blood cells. Because remember, the more acidic, the more coagulation. And that's what you see. And you see that in blood clots. You see that in looking at blood work on the dark screen where the blood cells are clumping or clustering or following each other like a choo-choo train. This is where these enzymatic rich foods come in, the flavonoid rich foods come in and help to clean the blood and things like that. But you still should clot. Matter of fact, like I said, on a high fruitarian lifestyle, you shouldn't bleed at all. So I don't know, clean up the body, keep cleaning up the body, clean up the spleen, and let's see how you do with that. I always thought this was a sign of good health, not thick blood. The thicker the blood, the less ability to move around the body. If you'll look at a piece of tissue, sometime when they're throwing it up either on the TV from a pharmaceutical or something, you'll notice, you'll see the cells and you'll see the blood, which is only 1/4 of the interstitial fluid, and you'll see that it's moving real fast. And it's almost like a snake. And yet then you'll see the lymph fluids not moving hardly at all. A big difference between the ability to move. The lymph fluid should be thick. The blood should be thin. You got to move nutrition around the body in less than a minute. So you really have to have good moving blood. And of course, enzymatic rich foods, a true base chemistry blood, you're going to have all that factors happening and you're going to clean it up. But you got to clean the liver, clean the spleen. If you're not, I don't know if you had a blood workup lately, check your platelets and all that to see if you're clotting factors. You can work on your bone marrow. There's all kinds of fun things you can do to make the body healthy. And that's what I would do. This is Dan 3. Love your picture. Could drinking wine be substituted for grape eating during a fast? Well, I suppose if it was organic wine that you made, I don't know. You know what? I never drank wine on a fast. I don't drink wine hardly at all unless it's, like I said, 20 or 30 or 40 or 50-year-old tawny port from Portugal. Although Mutt Lang bought us a bottle of wine once in France, and it was a little bitty bottle of wine. It was only about this tall. He never would tell me how much it cost, but it was only this tall, a little small bottle. And to come to find out that this winery only makes about 10 of those bottles a year. Each grape is hand-picked for that bottle, and or for that setting. And I never tasted anything like that. Wine wouldn't be a word I would use for it. And even the wine person, the French, taking the cork going, I mean, it was like it must have been $50,000 or $20,000 for that little bottle of wine, because that was even this was one of the top rated chefs of the world, and it was unbelievable. That was good. That I could think you could drink that during a fast, but I don't know. Interesting question. Oh, this is I'll say Etienken. I never can get that, guy. I have had major acne problems all throughout my life, and nothing I've tried has ever worked until I found your channel. Oh, thank you, my friend. There's so many people with acne and skin problems on this channel. It's amazing. It's just all over the place. You poor guys have suffered for so long. I can't believe it. I've been drinking your Hill tea, eating fruits, and taking herbs for kidneys and skin, and my acne is almost gone. Woohoo! whoo, and keep going until it is gone, because if it isn't gone, your lymph is still backed up, and you don't want to play that game. You want to get this fixed and get it fixed now. You're done. You won't break down any tissue. You won't have the basal cells, the squamous cells. You'll get all this cleaned up, and you are good to go. Sad you had to spend your life dealing with this. The proof is in the pudding. Good, that's my saying too. Thank you. I do have one question. My doctor told me my creatinine levels were high about 8 months ago, and I don't have the extra money to get it checked right now. You might be able to walk into a lab and just ask for a creatinine check at a minimal $10 or something, maybe, you know, bag them or something. Most labs now you can walk right in. You don't need a script for them. Do you think that my acne clearing up is a good sign that my kidneys are filtering and my creatinine levels are back to normal? Well, probably coming back. Now, that is in your face. Creatinine levels, kidney levels, absolutely. You want to get those creatinine levels back down. You really don't want to stop until you're 0.5, 0.6. You don't want to be, and when your physician's telling you that, you got to be up around 2 or higher, my guess is, unless he's a good doc and he says, listen, you've hit 1 and you're in trouble. Most docs don't do that. But so, yeah, make sure, my friend, you get this creatinine down to normal. Get your kidneys filtering. It'll pull all that acidosis out of the kidneys. The kidneys will start repairing themselves. You'll start moving the lymph. Of course, your skin's clearing up. The fact that you see your skin's clearing up means you are bringing that down. Keep bringing it down, my friend, until you're down to 0.5, 0.6, and you'll be good. And you won't end up on dialysis, because that's where you're going. And you do not want to go to dialysis no matter what you do. So definitely take care of this problem, and we'll help you until you're done. Oh, this is always in the now. Beautiful, beautiful. I just love that. Just beautiful. Hi, Chris. Just wanted to say a huge thank you. Well, I got to give this to Chris. Much love from New Zealand. Chris loves your praise. You know, he's one of those guys that inferiority, you know, is meek, and you know, he doesn't look you in the eye type of person, and you just keep building him up, getting him stronger, and he'll get stronger, pull himself out of it. Oh, this is NDAN3 again, Dr. Morse. What do you think of the herb? Oh, I've never heard of this one. Shilajit. I mean, I've seen it written before, but I've just never, ever studied this herb at all, ever. An Ayurvedic herb, I take it. I've never, not aware of that. I'll look it up and do some research for you. I'm sure you already have, but I tell you, there's so many great herbs out there. It's amazing what we have and what we haven't discovered and what's out there, and it's like, and what we can do with the ones we have. You know, the thing I love herbs is you can do 10 different things with one herb. It's amazing. Amazing. This is a lemonade cleanse and herbs. This is 8001 Diane. You never know what that 8001 means to them, you know. Interesting stuff. Someday I'll learn all your guys' stuff. But don't expect me to remember it. Remember, I don't use my mind anymore. It's sitting over there in a chair. See, it's just sitting over there, and it's not going to be used until I need it. God, how I love, oh, thank you. How I love you too, dear. Thank you so much. You guys will never know. I just can't tell you how much you have helped me out. Good. I hope so. I tell you what, you know how simple all this is? I know it's work, and I know a lot of you guys are suffering out there, but hang in there, because you will get well. Promise.